Hello, Nari McDiarmid for MiningNews.net, and I'd like to welcome back Mark Bojanjac, Executive Chairman with US-focused explorer PolarX. And Mark, you've just consolidated your ownership position at your flagship Alaska Range copper-gold project. You've also got your gold-silver project in Nevada. What's the company's focus at the moment?
Thanks, Nari. It's both, really. In particular, Alaska right now, because it's just started drill season. So we'll be on site there this month, advancing that along. Yes, we have consolidated our ownership there. We in fact paid the final option payment on that just in the last week. That brings us up to 80%. It's a contributing joint venture, so we'll either earn a greater percentage of that as we go forward over the next couple of years, depending on whether the other two smaller parties intend to contribute or not. But the prognosis at the moment is that we'll move it substantially up the development curve in the next couple of years. In fact, Caribou forms half of Alaska Range, so it's not all of it, but it's spectacularly high grade, and it's one of the highest grade undeveloped copper projects in the world. And our task really at the moment is, how big is it? We know it's economic now, but just how big is it? So we'll be seeking to expand that this year. I wouldn't forget about Nevada at all, by the way. I mean, that's drill ready also, top of the hill. And we are aiming to go and advance that and some spectacular big targets next to a producing mine later this year. But Alaska drill season is on, much like the Aussie footy season. So we'll be there over the next few months, in fact, until it starts snowing again is the plan.
So with that drilling season in mind, what are you hoping to achieve this calendar year, Mark?
You would have seen our scoping study a few months ago. A lot has happened since then. The metals prices are up a good 20%. Both copper and gold in particular, which form most of the bottom line contribution to us. But, we're on a 55% operating margin in our scoping study. So a 20% increase in top line leads to more than a 40% increase in bottom line in most cases here, because there's, it comes without any more operating costs at all. It's just, more sell price for the same amount of work. So that's been fantastic for us. So, a lot of our focus at the moment will be building on that scoping study, making it more real and trying to uplift the total tonnes there and maintaining grade. So, it's really looking pretty spectacularly good from a prognosis point of view. We will drill as many meters as we can afford that the market can keep up with over the next few months there. So you can expect really forward probably another scoping study, maybe a pre-feasibility study even. We're still continuing metallurgical test work. We had a big uplift from that last year, improving that. We're still optimizing it because, again, it's straight to bottom line recovery if you get better metal recovery. So, that's ongoing and will continue to be ongoing. But it's go for us at the moment. It's, I think notwithstanding the market is, I think, one of the worst junctures I've seen in 25 years in the industry. The metals prices are good. The market must ultimately follow because the earnings from the industry, figuratively will increase. But at the moment, you're seeing the producers doing exceptionally well and good on them. The juniors are not even featuring in the market at all. And I think ultimately you'll see that swing around over the coming months. It's a lot better and a lot of change even since January. So if it even stays where it is, hallelujah, we're really happy about that.
Well, Mark, you mentioned your optimisation plans to further improve the metrics at Alaska Range. What should give people confidence in your plans going forward?
The number one thing that characterises us is we're not looking for something where there isn't anything. Now, that sounds like a bit of a riddle, but we already know there's a sizable deposit there that could be economic now. So we're actually adding and expanding that before we build a mine is really what we're about there. And similarly in Nevada, and it's right next to producing mines. So you're not looking for metals where they've not been known before. What we're doing is actually building something for a future market in the meantime. And hopefully we're in a delivery ready position when the market's recovered. So, the confidence really is already here. The metals prices are already here. What we need to see is the market regain some traction.
Well, speaking of the markets and investing, PolarX obviously has a major backer in Australia's biggest gold producer, Northern Star Resources. What would you say to anyone else looking to join the share register?
Welcome for one, but look, Northern Star have been a great partner for us to date on our register. They're in country, they're already mined pogo. They know what the operating costs are. They know what the capital expenditures are to operate in that country because they're doing it now. And that'll be a big help for us going forward. So expect a closer relationship there in that regard, and it's sharing, operating metrics in the real world. We certainly have an interesting register as it is. Northern Star aren't alone. There's Rougher Gold Fund, one of the world's larger gold funds based in London. There's US Global from the US, etc. So, we have a register that gets the deposit. They understand that. They acknowledge the reality of it. Could we do with another cornerstone? Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a big help. But at the moment, I think we've probably got enough to do the job as we need it. But it's a hell of an entry price for somebody at the moment. Like I said, the metals prices are up 20% since January when we published a scoping study. And, the price hasn't moved in that time in all reality. So, you're basically picking Saturday's winner on Sunday morning in the market at the moment as an incoming investor.
Nicely put, Mark. It's always great to speak with you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Nari. Always good. Bye for now.